Hello, all you imps, pixies, and other fine fae folk. It is me, the Hobby Hobbit. This is a channel where we like to play with different artsy, craftsy things, but we're master of none. Today, I thought, let's make some labels or decorations of some sort. Having said that, this is what I've kind of got in mind. I have a couple of books that I generally pull from to do decorations on them before I put the true decorations on. This is just kind of to do a very light little collage on them. This one is a book that has some music pages without actually being music pages. It is Organ Preludes, Volume 2, to Name Index by Edson. Got this at a discount used bookstore, and I'm going to use this really, really brittle dictionary pages. I thought this would be perfect for them since they don't stay very well. Let's go ahead and get our little glue page out. You guys have seen me do this 1,000 times by now with this, but what I thought is let's go ahead and have a little fun making some faux labels. I have blanks set up, but I've not done any from scratch in a hot minute or shown you guys how I do them from scratch. I'm just going to throw a little, I've darkened up the inks in here so that they stand out more. They're not as light. So we're going to set this up real nice. Let it dry, and then by the time it's dry, we can have ourselves a little cutting party and a little collage party. Just doing this so that I got something to cover the back with, just in case. I'm only doing it on one. I'm going to let that dry. I'm going to let it dry. It won't take long because it's alcohol. It's almost dry now. Okay. Got these today in the mail. Anxious to try those out because I thought, well, those will be fun to do the words or the numbers with. You know, the words that we did the other day. I don't know how. Let's look and see. I haven't even opened it up yet. Let's just see how big these letters are and these numbers are. They're kind of big. But we'll work with what we've got, right? Work with what we've got. Still looking for some smaller stamps so that I can make some smaller words. On the eye, look out for that. On the eye, look out. Yeah, that made sense. Yes, it did. Right, so this is pretty much dry now. Dry enough that we can play with it. I need to leave that there because we're going to cut. Okay, we're going to get the scoreboard out. I'm not scoring, but I am going to use it to cut with just because it's handy. And I seem to cut a little bit straighter with this than I do with the other. So what I'm thinking is the labels are going to be about 3 inches by about 1.5 inches. And so the inner label needs to be about 2.5 inches by 1.25, if that makes sense. So if I want this to be, let me think about this here. Okay. If I want them to be 2 inches, that looks awful wide. 2 inches tall. Yeah, we can do them at 2 inches tall. Let me get my, yeah, that looks awful long otherwise. So we'll do 2.5 or 2 inches. And then from that, it would be 1.5 for the second row. Okay, so I've got my, right there. Why does that look crooked? Okay, there's my 2 inches. And then this will be the inside label. At 1.5. So then they'll sit inside. That just looks way smaller. That looks way, way smaller. Okay, let me redo that. So if that's there, I want it to be about here. Good night. And now Mr. Marvel's crying to go outside yet again. Because he's going to be a turd. Okay, that's better. So this was the one that'll sit inside of it. Now then, they're going to be that wide. We're going to want to cut about here or so. I'm just going to wing this. We're going to kind of measure and see. If they're 2 inches wide, I want them to be about 1 1/4 tall, which would make that 2 1/2. 3 3/4. Uh, 5, 6 1/4. 6 1/4. Now I've lost my math skills from there, so I got to start over. 1 1/4. 2 1/2. There. Okay. Then if this is 1 1/4, I want these to be 1 1/2. No. I want them to be 1. If that's 1 1/4, I want these to be 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right, so I'm going to cut these real quick. Marvel is wallering on his bed. I don't know if you can hear him making those silly noises. Wah, wah, wah. He's going. Oh, that didn't cut all the way through. Shh, little puppy. Hush. Hush. What, 1? He's such an attention hog. But he's my attention hog. And him mommy loves him. And him knows it. And that's why him such an attention hog. I know I'm not making these super exact. I mean, I'm trying to get them about where I want them to be, but they're not going to be super exact. So these are going to be kind of like decorative labels, I guess. We can do these in circles. We can do these in squares. You can do them in triangles if you wanted. Whatever shape your little heart desires. The main thing is going to be having one bigger, one smaller that you can fit inside like such. And so forth and so on. And ram-a-lam-a-ding-dong. Okay. Let's get the bigger ones out. I really like the way this turned out. Truthfully, with them looking this pretty, I don't think that it really needs decoration, but we're going to go with it. You know, if I was smart, I would have inked around all of the edges while they were attached. So I only had to do 2 edges on each one instead of 4. But such is life. Yes? Okay. Oh. Right, so that's basically all I need this for. Like I said, that's basically all I need this for. So we've got our bigger side, we've got our smaller size. I'm going to go ahead and throw these in my whatever pot. Now I'm going to go through and cut corners on a few of these. I like the rounded corners. Personally, I don't know whether it's because they're just easier. I don't know. But I do like the rounded corners. So I'm going to do a couple rounded corners, then we'll do a couple of the nipped corners. Using the handy dandy Amazon card. Well, yes, we will. Nip. Nip. Ooh, that looks way too big. Well, too late now. Brings that song, It's Too Late, Baby, to mind. Yeah, that looks way too big, but maybe it'll look okay when it's on its match. Down there, we'll see. It's going to get covered up mostly anyway, so we turn mistakes into happy accidents, yes. Sorry, I just got real super quiet, didn't I? My mind was elsewhere. Okay. Oh, I get stuck. Yeah, it's not going to look too bad when it's in there. That's not going to look too bad. Let's do a couple more that are rounded. And then we'll start looking at decorating them. Yeah. Okay, let's try a different side. I don't know, was this the side I did? No, smaller side. Okay. That one. Two, three, four. Okay, so we've got three at least to play with to start. Get this all picked up and put out of the way. Okay. Let's get our inky ink. And I like the ground espresso best. That's my favorite. So that's the one we're going to use. And we're going to grunge it up. We're going to grunge it up. We're going to what? We're going to grunge it up. Is that the side that it's on, or is that side? That side looks more creamy, so I guess that's the side that we colored. Y'all, I have like 2 more weeks, and then I'll be working in our other branch. So I may have a trickle effect where I may not do some videos for a few days. I'm going to try to rebuild my stock up so you guys don't notice it, you know, me missing. But I can't promise that I'll be able to do that. So I'll film when I can, as I can, but I know I'm going to be tired from that drive the first couple weeks till I get used to it. Because, you know, I'm going to be working basically a 10-hour day, 10.5-hour day if you count the drive. Okay, so now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do a little collage on these. And again, I just did the aging of the paper just in case something shows through, just in case. It's my story and I'm sticking to it. And you can do these any size. Like, you could do these bigger, you can do them smaller, whatever size you want to. I'm going to just kind of pull one of these pages out so I can tear at it. And no, I'm not being super careful with this because I just want like this side of the page. And I don't care if it's got some tears or whatever. Oh, no, I'm not going to use it. I'm doing some really rough tears. Let's keep them in their pairs. Okay. And I'm not the sort that, oh, this is this way, so it's got to be facing this way. No, I don't. It doesn't bother me which way they face. Ironically, right? Because I'm so picky about everything else. Yeah. Okay, now let's grab a couple of these pages. I just happen to have one here. Okay, so let me tear this down. What I'm thinking I'm going to do is I'm going to tear and put the dictionary page on first and then use this to cover up a part of it. That's my plan anyways. I'm not doing a whole lot of collage on this because it's not really warranted. It's not necessary. Okay, then I'm going to throw that there. And I'm going to wiggle it down. And I've just lost where I put everything. That's fun. Okay, then this one's match is going to be over here. That was stupid. Yeah. I basically glued the opposite side of what I've inked. Okay, so yeah, you can see what I'm doing here. I'm putting it so that I've got it on both sides so I can just quickly tear it out and then throw the other piece on that I want on there. And then we can start decorating. Well, yes, we can. The glue that I'm using is the Elmer Craft Bond. And for those of you who are returning, thank you for coming back to me. Those of you who are new, I would love it if you would consider and give my little baby channel a like and a subscribe. Drop a note, say hi. We're a friendly bunch. And that is an empty glue stock. Okay, so now we're just going to tear these out. Because like I said, this is super brittle paper. And that's okay. And then I'm just going to put these back with their matches. Okay, now we'll cut around. And I'm having to concentrate, so yes, I'm being very quiet. I'm being very quiet. Almost like I'm hunting a rabbit. But I'm not. I'm trying to cut a straight line. And we all know that me and straight lines we're not a very good couple. We don't like straight lines here. Or rather, straight lines don't like us. But it's okay. It's cool. It's cool. I'm going to put these over to the side. It's all right. Don't be afraid. cut your straight line. Okay. I tell you what, this weekend just went by way too fast. I was catching up on sleep from the stress of last weekend when we had our family emergency. And I think the stress just hit me all at once. I mean, I was stressed last weekend, but I think the I don't know what to call it, like the endorphins finally wore off or whatever, and I crashed for the most part this weekend. I mean, I filmed a few videos, and I helped my mom do some stuff, but for the most part, yeah, I just slept. Laid in bed, didn't have the energy to do anything. Zero energy. Other than watching that horrible movie, that Neon Light or Neon House, whatever it was called. Ugh. The movie with 900 plots that didn't resolve any. If you guys watch it, tell me what you think. I'm interested to see if somebody else understood it or liked it. And the thing is, like, I was talking about it at work today, and they're like, you finished watching? I'm like, well, I was invested by the time I got partway through it. I was invested. I'd already figured out 4 of the plots. So I had to see how it ended. Oh, look at that. See, I can't even cut along a straight line. Look at that. Look what I did. Oh, well, we're going to cover that up. Told you, can't cut a straight line. Maybe I need to come up with a cut a straight line song. I can literally hear every one of you groan and shouting at the camera. No, no. No more songs, please. Oh, that didn't. There we go. If any of you have the Tim Holtz scissors, are they worth the money? Like, do they really cut really well? I know a lot of the crafters really endorse them and go on and on about them. I just, as a newbie at this craft, spending my money on scissors when I've already got scissors versus on books or paper supplies or glue, material, things that I need to do to start building my stash. That's where I find the issue, I guess. Okay, now, oh, glue stick was dead. I'm not going to reach under there and get another one. We're just going to use this Elmer's. This is the Elmer's Super Strong stuff. I bought some new bottles. I know I said I was on a no spend, but I bought some new bottles. 4-ounce ones, hoping that those will work a little bit better for me. Oh, come on. And they're all, they're like this, but I think that they'll work a little bit better. I don't feel like the glue is going to dry so quickly in. Oh, should I make sure that the words are going the same direction? Yeah, they are. Oh, crap. I didn't. That's going to have to do. We're gonna rub it on and press it down and pray that it sticks for me. Let's hope it sticks. Let's hope it stays. I feel that corner is way too straight. That's better. Okay, so we got one. Let's just go ahead and inky these. Inky grunge. We're gonna grunge it up. We're gonna grunge it up. We're gonna grunge it up. I should probably grunge around the edges of these, but I'll do that after we've glued and decided what we're going to do with the rest of this stuff. Do I want to put music paper on there? Do I need to? Inquiring minds want to know. I don't know if any of you guys are old enough. I'm barely old enough to remember this, but there used to be a show on TV called Soap, and they would use like every episode. It was kind of a sitcom, I think, and every episode would end with, will so-and-so do this? Who will find out about this? Who caused this? Like the cliffhanger, but they said out loud. I forget, like, it's before my time for sure, but I mean, when you're out sick from school or whatnot, you'd see reruns of old shows way back in the day. Way back in the day. When there wasn't anything to worry about but homework and who you liked and who you liked. Holy crud, this is hard to squeeze. Okay. I don't know what he's doing, but he's wallering somewhere, Mr. Marvel Man. He's a little waller boy. Push this all down. Push it all down. There, now let's go ahead and do a little grungage. Yeah, I like that. And see, truthfully, you could probably just do this and it would be fine. I mean, it's a little bit of something that throws it in there. It's a little bit of interest. But we're going to throw a few more things on here. Now, I just realized I didn't need to do all those pieces because I just did it all in the one. And we're going to edge around these. Whoops. If I can keep it in my hands. Just wants to go flying. See, I feel like that's too big for this now. It just needs a little piece if we're going to use it. So we're going to cut this in half and use it for both of these. These we can save for something else. Yeah, right to you. Mr. Marvel Man is talking now to someone. I don't know if it's his Grammy across the hallway or if he's talking to his uncle down in the living room. But it's, oh. We'll just put that there. This one I feel like I want it kind of crooked just to throw a little sass into it. Just throw a little bit of sass there. Yep. And this one, why don't we do it this way? I'm mindful that this might be the glue that actually kept coming up on me. So I'm just kind of taking my time with it and playing around to see what it does. Okay, so now we're not done. Don't worry about that. We're going to do a little decoraciones. And I happen to have a bunch of stamps that I've hardly used. And since we're working in a green journal, and we need green decorations, let's look for some green stamps. Yeah? That's a good one. I've got to be mindful, though, because they've got to be just green. You know what I mean? I could do that one. And then that one. I think those are the three we're going to do. Because I can only do grunge and then one other color. You know what I mean? And I haven't decided on what my other color is going to be yet. Whether it's going to be purple or pink or whatnot. I'm not for sure. Okay, now do we have anything fun in here? Why, yes, we do. We do. That's kind of a creamy green. Give me one more green. There we go. Oh, shoot. Don't want to break it. Okay, let me go ahead and cut this part off because that's going to drive me nuts. We're going to cut it up. We're going to cut it up. Right, so I think I want this over here. Let's do like this staggering with this like this or something of that nature. What do you think? Yeah? I like it. I like it. This stamp is from Bolivia. Let's just put that there. Tap, tap, tap. Press it on. Scooch it where we want it. Tap, tap. Ever so gently. Tap, tap. Why are you smushing around? Tap, tap. Tippity tap, tap. So I told you guys, oh gosh, when I first started my channel, that my mom's dog, he's a greedy little booger. And when I eat in my craft room, which is across the hall from my mom's bedroom, and if she's eating, he will run back and forth and not even stay a second. Running back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, because he's afraid to miss a crumb. He gets so much extra, so back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Click, 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 click. Bless him. Little sausage man. Okay, so I hate to cover all of that music sheet, but it looks like we're going to. I don't know where this is from. Mexico. Corlos. So I'll try and put it down here. So we've got at least a little bit of it showing. Should we? No. For those of you curious, I bought these off of like an estate sale on eBay. I think it was like $4 for 100 stamps, and then they sent me like 20 extras, or at least it seemed like it was 20 extras just because. Not, you know, because they would put a whole bunch of 1-cent stamps on the envelope. And then sending me the other. I'm going to stamp this just because it's such a tiny piece and it's going against something that's virtually the same color background. So I do want this to kind of stand out when it lays against this. There. But yeah, so I bought like 3 or 4 lots from them. That's why I've got such a big jar full of stamps, because they were just such a good deal. I just couldn't resist. And this is me determining what my exact style. I still don't really know what my style is. I'm getting there. I'm starting to develop it, but I wouldn't say it's fully developed. Okay, now since this is cockeyed on here, I feel like I can go a little crazy on this. This is... Yeah. I'll be right back, guys. Okay, sorry about that. I'm back. So I was looking at this, wasn't I? It says Helvetia? Helvetia? No idea where that is. And I can't look it up because I'm filming on my phone. Right, so I think we could do something like this on this one because it's kind of all cockeyed anyways. Or does that just look too forced? Like if I threw this over here and that... No. Yeah, I think I like it like that, where it's just right in the middle. Okay. Yeah, I like that. Yep, I like that. Okay, so here's the 3 we did. We've done that one, that one, and that one. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.